In one of my last videos I have talked about embracing the long wait for Silksong, but I actually forgot to tell you how to embrace it. In this video I present you 10 ways to make your wait for Silksong a little bit more pleasant. Some of them are directly connected to Hollow Knight, while some of them are not. Number 1. Replay Hollow Knight while keeping your eyes open. Watch out for the small details. Lose yourself in the world once again without the pressure to move on to the next area or next boss, and just enjoy the journey. Pay attention to its characters and discover the small details which in their entirety create the vivid and organic world of Hallownest. There are still secrets hidden and theories to be found. Let's illustrate this with an example. Just recently a player posted this picture on the Hollow Knight subreddit page and discussed if that shadow is coming from the collector who could use tunnels to traverse through Hallownest. Number 2. Play other video games that resemble Hollow Knight in one way or another. I have already created a video dedicated to this topic, which is linked in the info box at the top. In addition to those 10 games I originally included in the video, I have some more titles for you. In particular, Metroid Dread, which was released shortly after my video and is currently the talk of the town. Metroid Dread leads me more or less directly to the next point. Play the classics of the Metroidvania genre that laid the foundation from which Hollow Knight was born. While many of you will already know these games in and out, I also assume that there are some people who gathered their first Metroidvania experiences with Hollow Knight. For those, checking out Super Metroid or Castlevania Symphony of the Night could be a great experience. Even if this may seem a bit daunting for some players, I would recommend you to try out speedrunning. After a couple of tries, you could find yourself motivated to start the game over and over again in order to beat your previous personal best time. For example, you could start by playing through the most popular any % route at your own feel-good pace. You can find a link to a decent route in the video description. Perhaps the 5-hour Steam achievement is also a great starting point for your speedrunning journey. You will find a link to a great Steam guide covering everything you need to do to finish the game within 5 hours in the description. If that's not hard enough for you, you could try out the most difficult gameplay challenges in Hollow Knight. Try out Steel Soul mode if you haven't yet, finish all of the Pantheons, try to finish the Path of Pain on a dance mat, beat Radiance or NKG only equipped with Old Nail and Vengeful Spirit and no upgrades and charms, finish the game in Glass Steel mode, beat Great Prince Zod 10 times, do a no geo or a pacifist run. The possibilities are almost unlimited if you're looking for a harder challenge in Hollow Knight. Number 6. Try out mods. You can even play as Hornet or bring a gun to a knife fight using an AK-47 or use Gravity mod. You can even fight a Cuphead boss in Hollow Knight. Additionally, you could try randomizer runs for even more fun. In these runs, items, enemies and rooms can be determined randomly, which lead to wonderfully grotesque situations on a regular basis. Number 7. Listen to Maze and Bonebottom by Christopher Larkin and remixes of Hollow Knight's soundtrack. If you're playing an instrument, try to play the songs. There are many tutorials like this piano cover of Bonebottom. Also check out this guide covering Bonebottom on both an acoustic and electric guitar, which sounds really fantastic. If you can't get enough of it, there are many more great versions of the Hollow Knight soundtrack to discover. My favorite one is this Mantis Lords cover by Melody Geeks. Number 8. Learn more about the lore of Hollow Knight. A good place to start is the Hollow Knight wiki. If you prefer to do so in video form, you can check out some of the big Hollow Knight YouTubers. I cannot recommend Mosback's mostly complete lore on Hollow Knight enough in this context. If you'd rather have something physical in your hands, you could pick up the Wanderer's Journal by Fangamer. Number 9. And check out everything we know about Silksong. Starting with the official blog and website for the game to the 16-page cover story in Edge magazine, there's already a lot uncovered about Silksong. You could check out my video From Hollow Knight to Silksong in this context. The first people have even started to create first rough drafts of Silksong's map, plotting the already known areas. The fan community around Hollow Knight is just fantastic, which leads me directly to the last point on this list. Number 10. contribute yourself. There are countless ways to creatively engage with Hollow Knight and Silksong and contribute to the wonderful community that has developed around the game. Not everyone can create wonderful art like Zane Vickert, who drew his or her friends as Hollow Knight characters and really did justice to Ari Gibson's art style. I'm actually learning to do videos in order to give something back to the great community. There are plenty ways to do so. Another player created Magic the Gathering TCG style trading cards for Hollow Knight. You could draw, illustrate, knit or bake. Everything is possible as long as you're having fun. With this list in mind, let's embrace the long wait for Silksong. Now let's continue spamming F5 on the Hollow Knight subreddit and Team Cherry's Twitter page, as the only thing worse than waiting for Silksong would be to miss a shadow drop of the game. Just kidding. With all the attention Hollow Knight gets in our social media bubbles, it should be very hard to miss the announcement of a release date in 2025. If you liked today's video, I would appreciate a thumbs up and a sub.